Hello, my name is Jasmine Langston, and today I will be presenting on the physical geography, human geography, and healthcare of Samoa. Samoa lies between New Zealand and Hawaii, roughly 1,800 miles from New Zealand and 2,600 miles from Hawaii. Samoa is a part of the Samoan archipelago, which consists of 9 islands, 4 of which are inhabited. The 2 main islands of Samoa are Savaii and Upolu. Apia is the nation's capital, located on Upolu, the larger of the 2. The climate of Samoa is tropical and humid with rocky terrain, known for its volcanic activity. The highest point of elevation is 6,095 feet at Mount Silisili on Savaii. Temperatures range from 73 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit with an average of 100 to 300 inches of precipitation yearly, which usually occurs during the wet season, which is in November through April, and brings northerlies and occasional typhoons. The history of Samoa began in about 1000 BCE when Polynesian travelers from Southeast Asia first settled there. War was prevalent throughout these travelers and throughout many tribes, and eventually was ruled by the Maitai, or tribal chiefs, until 1860. The first European contact with Samoa was in 1722, and in 1830, Reverend John Williams of the United Kingdom brought the Christian gospel to Savaii. In 1898, after King Maletoa Laupepa's death, the United Kingdom, Germany, and the United States divided the islands between them in the Samoan Tripartite Convention. In 1908, Western Samoa established the Mau movement and began their fight for independence. In 1914, during World War I, New Zealand forcefully occupied Western Samoa, and in 1962 was able to gain their independence, becoming the first Polynesian nation to reestablish independence in the 20th century. Samoa has a population of 203,000 and is primarily made up of 96% Polynesian heritage, 2% Euronesian heritage, which are those of European and Polynesian, and 2% European. Samoan is the official language of Samoa, closely related to Maori, Tongan, Tahitian, and Hawaiian languages. Christianity is the main religion of Samoa, however, the Baha'i faith is important as well, even though it is a minority. Their culture is heavily rooted in the Fa'a Samoa, meaning the traditional Samoan way. Music, dancing, and tattooing are significant in the Samoan culture. An example being that when males reach the age of 12 to 13, they go through a rite of passage and travel to a local tattoo artist to have a tattoo done from waist to knee. Samoa's current GDP per capita is $4,067.84. The main source of revenue is through agricultural and manufacturing exports. Because of the region's volcanic soils, there is less vegetation, allowing them to produce multiple crops. Their main exports include copra, cacao, and beer. New Zealand, China, Australia, United States, and Japan are their main trade partners. Samoa has a universal healthcare system funded by the Samoan government. Access to health services are not difficult, and most services are subsidized by the National Health Service, who, under the Ministry of Health, govern the delivery of health. District hospitals and other health centers provide basic health care, and if more complex services are needed, citizens travel to either New Zealand or Hawaii. Because of limited access to quality health care, their main health challenges are non-communicable diseases such as congestive heart failure, diabetes, and hypertension. Samoa has some of the highest diabetes and obesity rates in the world. After World War II, Samoa was heavily influenced by the Western ways of life, seeing their food choices as a sign of wealth. Because of this, their food choices are mainly processed foods and products over the local fruits and meats. In a 2007 study, it was found that 16% of Samoan toddlers are obese or overweight. They have tried to improve these rates by increasing community education on management and prevention of diabetes. Over 20% of adults in Samoa have diabetes, and the lack of local health professionals or specialists, such as endocrinologists, is one of the challenges of preventing this illness. Here are my references. Thank you so much for taking the time to view my presentation.